First thing first, let's look at disclaimer. Okay, basically it means that the information we shared tonight could change potentially as time goes by. So we will not be responsible, so-called, right, for information shared tonight, okay, that subsequently becomes inaccurate. All right, so that's basically to tell everyone this particular disclaimer. We have to put it up, okay, so because we are on public network now. So let's jump right in. Let's jump right in to look at our Jervois Mansion. In terms of pricing, is it a performing district? Is it not a performing district? Right? So in a nutshell, District 10 is here. Okay, right beside District 10, you will know, right? A very popular district is District 9, right? District 9 will carry popular streets like your Orchard Road, your Patterson Road, even River Valley, some parts of it. Okay, so you will notice that District 9 is obviously the cream de la cream, if you are talking about it, yeah. Whereas District 10 is not any less less shiny, you know, because District 10 carries and will line up. Later I'll show you the locality. Yeah, you will notice District 10 has quite a fair bit of good class bungalows. Okay, so the density in the area is pretty low, relatively low compared to our Orchard Road area. Okay, then of course we can later I'll do a comparison also with District 11. So now my question to all of you is this, since you guys are online with me, since we're having a conversation, hopefully virtually online, you guys can remain active. Can I ask in terms of pricing analysis, do you think whether District 9, District 10, or District 11, all right, which district do you think over a period of, let's say, 8-10 years, which district do you think has performed the best? May I guess, since it's Friday night, right, and Children's Day, right? Let's learn, let's behave like kids, all right? And who has the best performance in terms of price? That means if I buy a property in District 9, what's the performance like today? If I buy a property in District 10, what's the performance today, right? And District 11, what's the performance? Okay, we have got people guessing now. We have got District 9. Obviously, that's one of the hot favorites. District 11 from Julie. And of course, Indira says District... Oh, we have got Kim who says District 10. So we've got a variety, right? We've got a variety of answers coming from a few of you. Okay, now let's not make any guesswork out of things. Let Thomas just show you. Okay, Jervois Mansion, let's talk about the locality first. You can see this map is given by our government in terms of where you see, if you look at this black color bolded line here, this line here, this one draws out what we call the central region. Okay, and within the central region itself, if you look at the orangey part, that's called the core central region. Okay, that's called our CCR, core central region, which is where the most prestigious properties are, where your Orchard Road that you mentioned earlier, okay, even right up to the district called Sentosa. So quite expensive in terms of per square foot. Usually you find the very expensive property there. So you can see where Jervois Mansion is found in CCR. So that's the locality. And of course, it's found in District 10. This one we are very sure now. It's found in District 10. What is really interesting is this. Let me show you in terms of the performance of District 10 versus 9 and 11, right? We are not going to talk about comparison with maybe Woodland, Sengkang, Punggol. Let's look at straight away in the CCR. Let's do a more granular comparison, right? Compared to the other two itself. Now, let's look. In terms of performance, District 10. Let's look. District 10 in CCR. This is the performance, okay? But this one hasn't really done the comparison relative to District 9 and District 11 yet, isn't it? But let's look. If you look at the entire CCR in general, the performance is 22%. But in District 10 itself, okay, you will notice it's gone up like 33%. So relative lah. Everybody can draw conclusion from this, right? Okay, in the whole entire CCR, let's show you the map again. In the whole entire CCR, okay, the growth is approximately 20+%. But in District 10 itself, the growth is, okay, let's show you the chart again, 33% in terms of its growth. So this tells you, you can draw a little bit of conclusion that D10 has outperformed CCR in general. But then you're comparing with the whole CCR, right? The whole CCR is very big, isn't it? Let's do a more granular comparison like what I mentioned earlier between District 9, District 10, District 11, okay, which among these three districts, how are they specifically performing? Let's look, okay? So if you specifically look at district 9, 10, and 11, okay, the growth is respectively 25%, 33, and 32. So just now, when I was looking through the chat group, some of you mentioned, right? Like Julie say, District 11, very close. District 10, you're absolutely right. Okay, nail, you hit it on the nail. District 10 among 9, 10, 11 is the best performing district. Okay, contrary to belief. I mean, these are data, right? Data is just data. I'm just sharing you data, right? So you guys, we can break down the data even more granular than this, right? Into specific area if you want to, specific street if you want to. But that's we don't have a lot of time to do that because I want to give you a lot of substance in this 1 hour that you have with me, and to give you as much substance as we can as we go along. Okay, I hope everyone is with me on this. If you guys are still with me, can you type in number 2 in the chat group? If you guys are still listening to me, paying attention, can you type in number 2 in the chat group? Wow, thank you. Thank you. I'm seeing lots of 2. All right. Good. Okay. Let's move on and share with you this third slide itself, the next slide. So what are the new current launches, right? Because we don't want to compare old properties with new properties, right? That's not a good comparison. We want to compare new to new, isn't it? Let's compare new to new in the CCR area. Okay, what are the recent launches in the area? So it's a very big table of numbers, right? A lot of things. Help me, everyone, follow me, zoom in on the Freehold property District 10, which I shaded in yellow for all of you to see. Yellow, and in some of your screen maybe orange, but it doesn't matter. I've actually shaded all the recent launches, okay, in yellow for you to see. These are all District 10 and Freehold. Okay, so the attributes are the same. District 10, I'm just circling some random example. And guess what? We came up this. There's a Freehold property in CCR, and the median price means is where most of the transaction happens in that particular bracket itself of 2006 plus. Okay, thereabout. Okay, this is the recent launches that we are talking about in terms of median prices, not average, median prices. That's where you see the most transaction happen in that particular bracket if you are describing the median itself. Okay, so that's one. There's a lot of data to digest. I don't want to bog you down on a Friday night. Then tonight give you too many numbers, tonight cannot sleep. Okay, so what I really want you guys to take note of is when we talk about, let me bring in our project now called Jervois Mansion, everyone. Okay, so what happened is they are targeting to launch their prices starting from 2215. Okay, so the entry price, okay, for something that is 6, 7, 8, I think the 2-bedroom entry price is 1611. Okay, you can even enter at 2004, smaller units. Okay, of course it's relatively, but the per square foot will tend to be higher. Okay, so you see the target price is 22, 23, 24 plus minus. Okay, so this is the target launch price. We are giving bracket because we do not have the specific price for each unit yet. Okay, closer to the date itself, obviously we will have more price information. So all of you who are interested and you are tuning in tonight in this session itself, please continue to connect with your ERA agents. Okay, the person, the trusted advisor, your friends, or your agent who invited you to this session tonight, please continue to remain updated by, anyway, I think they will text you and update you on the prices when time comes, when it's closer to the launch date itself. Okay, so now let's look. It is attractively priced, okay, compared to nearby launches, isn't it? So if you look at some specific launches nearby, you will notice that some of them are launching way higher. Okay, some of them may be a little bit lower, but usually they are 99 years. Okay, so there are not many attractively priced condo Freehold District 10 in the bracket of 22 to 23. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, 23, 24, 22, 23, 24 bracket itself. So let's show you some comparison. Some of you will be very interested to see maps, right? Like for me, I'm a visual person. That's why you can see I like to put things together on a map basis to see. Okay, so you can see where is the nearest comparison. Obviously our Jervois is here, right here. Okay, Where is a good comparison? Let's look. Petit Jervois is one. I'm only picking out the District 10 freehold properties. I'm not comparing with 99 because that's not a good comparison, right? Okay, obviously we try to compare as apple to apple as possible. Okay, then we can have a good relative comparison compared to each other. Okay, good. Then of course I'll show you what happened in District 10 in Cascaden Boulevard, and I think in the most recent news, okay, in not very most recent already lah. Okay, sometime back already. Well, you guys know well, right? This is in District 10, District 9, sorry, but it's a 99 leasehold. This project did very well, isn't it? Okay, so I mean that's just news for us. What we are looking at is our Jervois Mansion in particular entering in at 2215 per square foot. Okay, of course units vary, the prices will also vary. Okay, but I'm just telling you, okay, if you look at the particular prices in the area itself, yes, Jervois Treasures, yep, somewhat comparable. Okay, whereas Petit Jervois, I think that one is a little bit on the higher side. Okay, so that's generally your project comparison. See, I'm not here to tell you the project is very, very cheap, but I'm telling you it's attractively priced, okay, relative to other areas. Okay, so then I just want to update you guys. A couple of days back, in fact, it's not a couple of days, yeah, a couple of days back, yeah, in 29th of September, you will notice there are 2 plots of land sold. GLS is government land sale. You will notice this one is published in Business Time. It's not published at thomastan.com, okay? This is published in our Business Time. So what does it say? It literally says this. In One North area, this particular launch is in One North. It's in One North itself, okay? So One North, the One North region. So what did they say? What did the analysts who are monitoring the land prices say, right? They are saying this. Because the developer bought, okay, there are 2 plots of land, okay? 2 plots of land. And then these 2 plots of land, each plot of land has approximately 10 bidders, meaning every time you see double-digit bids, means the developers are a little bit hungry for land, all right? Hungry for land, so they bid. There's competition. The per square foot came out, okay, when they bought the land itself, land alone, okay, it's approximately 1,200 plus minus, okay? Then what's important to us is this: as a consumer, the developer buy 1,200, he's not going to sell me at 1,200, right? Because developer need to throw in construction costs, his interest holding, as well as other costs, all right, in terms of, then he will market, all right? Then likely the analyst is saying, this is not Thomas Tan saying, this is analysts saying, they are saying likely it will be launching at 2,100. This is One North, okay? One North, everyone, okay? But where are we talking about? Why am I showing you this? This is to illustrate to you One North in future is going to go for 2001. Right now, you're entering into District 10, Jervois Street, which is a GCB, used to be a GCB enclave. It's still a GCB enclave, okay? And you are entering into it at 22 to 23,000 per square foot. That's all I'm saying, okay? Just to give us some glimpse, okay, about what's happening in future prices and what's happening now. So don't you think, if that is the case, don't you think that 2000, 2002, 2003, the entry price is not exactly expensive if you were to compare these attributes together with the future prices that is potentially going to be launched, right? Okay, and you have seen in other projects in other areas in Singapore itself, some of the projects have gone up even in outside outside central region. You have also seen projects hitting close to $2,000, right? And a couple of units still cross 2,000, all right? In some other very popular launches. I will not mention names, Okay, the other thing you want to take note of is this. In terms of the area, this is what I like, okay? It's got very low density. What does density got to do with the place, right? Let's look at this. This is Singapore's population density over the years. Basically, we have gone up, okay? Basically, when the density goes up means the place got more people, more cars. Okay, I'm just putting it in very layman terms. If the density of the area means that same area, you put in more people, more cars, more development, okay, means the area becomes more dense in that sense. Okay, whereas in the Jervois area, you will see what is the density. This is the Singapore population density over the years. Singapore, in case you are wondering how big is Singapore, in terms of square kilometers, we are like approximately 720 square kilometers. All right, this is how big Singapore is. All right, it's limited land, it's scarce in its availability, and obviously all of you know this, right? Many of you probably would know this better than me after attending so many seminars, isn't it? You will know land scarce means in future prices will either be preserved or the prices will go up, okay? If the density continues to grow, Okay, now let's look. Jervois is sitting in our Tanglin planning area as specified by our dear URA. Okay, so what happened is this. If you were to look at this particular location, okay, it's in the GCB enclave, okay? So Tanglin, what does it mean to you when you're seated here? Just to give you illustration, the density, okay, when it's under Tanglin planning area, the density is 2008. Now, if you were to look, the national density in most places on the country basis, you notice it's 7,008. Okay? Whereas in Jervois, it's only what? 2008. So what does that tell you? This area got a lot of people or lesser people? Maybe I can invite you guys to type in the chat group. Lesser or more people in the Jervois area? Lesser or more people when the density is low? Richard is saying lesser, Jack, Chris, Irene, Marilyn. Okay? I mean, it's very, very straightforward, right? The lower the density, the lesser the people. Okay? Then, of course, you will see some of you are saying, Jen is saying less, more exclusive, is quiet, Kim less, Stevie less. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Yeah, so these are very easy to, once I break it down, it's very easy for us to understand, isn't it? Lower density means more exclusivity. Lower density also means less people, okay? Why do you want to live with less people? Don't you sometimes feel that you go home maybe a bit crowded, right? In Singapore's context, right? So what we really want is for us to really enjoy lah. When we go home, we want to enjoy lah. So let's enjoy ourselves when we go home, isn't it? Yeah, and the lower the density, the more exclusive. Yeah, Irene is saying more fresh air and space to move around. True? True? Yeah, in that area. Yeah, lesser people, lesser car. So population density will bring such benefits to us. So you can see, let me give you some illustration around Singapore in terms of Tanglin. If you look at our dear Tanglin, it's just here. Very low density compared to very high density area like Punggol, Woodland, Sengkang. Okay, this one is high density. It's very simple to understand why is it high density, because typically they are what? HDB estate. Okay, so once you see HDB estate, you will see high rise, right? HDB are usually high rise, isn't it? Then the density, more people will stay in the particular town. Okay, so I can only tell you, yeah, these areas that we just highlighted here, Newton, Town Core, Changi. Changi got no density, okay, because it's airport most of the time. Then got people, but the people cannot come out. That's in Changi area. Yeah, cannot come out until they are released. Okay, so jokes aside, basically what I'm saying is this. You will look at this as more exclusive in terms of living itself. So what's the catch? So what is Thomas trying to share with us? Let me break it down into very layman terms. When the buyers, when you're home seeker, now you could be a potential buyer. In future, when people buy from you, they probably will think the same from today, okay? From where you are right now. If they are looking for a very comfortable living space and a lot of greenery and a lot of space to work with, they will have to go into low density area, right? And GCB area tend to be very low density. Okay, so it's rubbed off in the Jervois area because there's a lot of good class bungalows around there. Therefore, good class bungalows usually are very low density, right? So the Tanglin planning area also caught this advantage of being low density in that sense. So you want to live away the hustle and bustle, then you have to look for areas with low density. It's a very simple equation, right? One thing will lead to another, meaning people who look for this particular area itself will be looking at areas that will be lower in terms of supply, because you got more space and less people, means the number of people in the area is lesser, the number of houses in the area also lesser. Okay, so therefore towards the end of the day, you will probably see lower supply in the area, and anything that becomes limited edition over time, you guys know what's limited edition over time, right? It's just like when you go and buy a handbag, right, from LV shop, isn't it? The Louis Vuitton shop in Orchard Road itself. Which one more expensive, the regular edition or your limited edition? You guys go and decide for yourself, isn't it? Whether it is more expensive for regular edition bag or is it more expensive for limited edition handbag, isn't it? Right? So over time, what you are possessing in terms of a low density unit itself tends to come out as limited in future. Okay, so that's the general principle behind this. So low density versus high density, let me quickly run through this again. Okay, I can't believe we have done like 25 minutes of talk already. Are you guys still with me? If you guys are still with me, please type in 3 in the chat group. Are you guys still with me? Are you guys still following me? If you guys are still following me, please type in 3 in the chat group. Cool. Everybody, cool. I hope that this is enriching for you as much as it is for me. So if you guys got any comments, any question, please type it in the chat group. I'll try my very best to answer them as we go along. So low density, let's come back to our presentation. Low density versus high density. So if you look at low density area, you see what I like to do is do comparison, right? I compare with high density area versus the growth of low density in terms of the property price point. Okay, so over a period, so we measure over a period of 20 years, thereabout, over 2 decades. I think that's good enough data to separate good versus not so good. Okay, so if you were to break it down itself, all right, yes, the prices are generally higher. If you look at the prices, they are generally higher because of location, right? But if you look at the growth over time, 125% growth, not too bad. Okay, not too bad. Meaning if you have a property here, okay, hypothetically, let's do 1 million. Here will become 125% jump means times, okay, it will become at 1.125, 2.2 million. Okay, here. But if you own a property that's 1 million here, you add in 150% in, right? It will be what? 2.5 million. Okay, so you guys can see the difference is approximately close to 30% jump, all right, in terms of 25% jump in terms of its availability. So there it goes. Low density area generally outperform the high density area. Okay, so this is something that you guys want to take note of when it comes to making decision whether to buy into a low density area versus a high density area. Besides the fact that you enjoy tranquility, serenity, okay, and good spacious living, isn't it? So will Jervois mention, the question to us is, will Jervois be able to enjoy the same price growth? That is for, I am not holding a crystal ball, but I can certainly look at past data to make a certain trending and a certain prediction, isn't it? So you guys can decipher this probably better than I do, all right? That's why you guys are investors, right? And I'm the worker here, isn't it? Okay, so this is basically talking about the price growth, whether Jervois in a low density area will outperform another area in a high density area. That's something that we can only judge 10, 20 years later. But in the meantime, the past data has shown us and given us a glimpse of what may potentially happen in the future, isn't it? Okay, good. That's the price analysis part of things. The other thing I want to look at the surrounding would be our locality, right? The locale itself. It's within, okay, and near, very near GCB areas. Okay, I don't know whether you guys know this. Jervois Mansion is opposite an embassy. It's opposite an embassy, okay? Which means, again, low density area, okay? And not many people generally, all right, in that area itself. Looking at, if you guys know which embassy, you can type it in the chat group. It's opposite an embassy, I think. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now, what is interesting? This is obviously an artist's impression. And many people did not notice this. Many people did not notice this. Some of you are asking, Jen is saying Malaysia Embassy, Jack is saying Malaysia Embassy. Absolutely right. Okay, many of you have not noticed this, but this particular building itself, Jervois mentioned, if you were to look at the roof, can I draw your attention to the roof, everyone? Okay, let me draw out, see whether I can choose a color that is contrasting here. Let me draw this path for you. You notice between the blocks, if you guys can follow me, okay, between the blocks itself are actually interconnected. Okay, between the blocks itself are actually interconnected at the rooftop. Okay, so now this developer is interesting because they are very much into urban farming. So they have actually set aside an area on the rooftop for urban farming. Then hopefully, if this project is successful, you can actually farm your own veg and then the residents can enjoy it. I don't know whether you'll be charged for it, but you certainly can explore techniques in urban farming. Okay, and this particular building has got green mark as well. Okay, and they are talking about installing solar panel to power some of the building. Okay, so these are all features that you enjoy, because I think this developer, I believe this developer is quite into property management and making the property, because they come from property development and property management background. Okay, so they will make sure the building is long lasting, okay, and sustainable, more importantly. So that's one thing you can take note of about these developers, what they do. So Jervois Mansion is 250 meters away from our GCB area called Chatsworth Park itself. I don't know whether you guys are familiar with this area, but certainly it's very low density and very nice area. So you can take a stroll, okay, or breeze walking in that area, and you will really enjoy the low density area itself. So that's one. Okay, let's show you. Okay, the actual location. So our dear Jervois is here, and this is our Chatsworth area in terms of its density. Obviously, this one carries a very low density area. I emphasize this again, because this is low density. Oh, let me change the color. This is low density, obviously. Okay, yeah, as compared to all other areas that I've listed here. So you can see, all I'm trying to tell you is this. Low density area, GCB area, these are all tells you that this particular area itself you will enjoy, and a very prestigious address itself. And you know, Jervois Road is quite prestigious. You tell people, are you you see, the thing about Singapore is Singaporeans is this. Aren't we proud when we are holding on to an address that is quite prestigious? If you are staying on Orchard Road, all right, would you be very happy to tell people to stay Orchard Road? Okay, it's you, all right. It's really you to decide, isn't it? Yeah, but if you are staying near GCB area like Chatsworth, Jervois, and all that, you will also be equally happy to tell people, right? Okay, so relative to other areas maybe. So do condos perform better near the GCB area? We also want to establish this, right? Again, my job here is to help you along in making your property decision, or maybe doing your property research, right? This is my job to help you. Okay, let's look. What I like to do is this. I was asking my guys to do this for me. I did a case study and I say, how about this? Let's do a case study. Okay, let's compare properties, the performance of properties within 500 meters away from the GCB area. Okay, versus a project or properties that are over half a kilometers away from GCB area. Got difference or not? Let's see the prices. Let's look at the prices. Let's look at within 500 meters first. Okay, within 500 meters first. Versus the properties that are outside. So I actually asked my guys to put in two baskets to compare. Okay, we put in two clusters of property to compare. Okay, so now you see this area is more than 500 meters. This area is within 500 meters. And of course, if you look at Jervois Mansion, is within this basket of property, right? Within this basket of property here. So let's examine how did their price perform over the time. Okay, obviously Jervois is not up yet. Okay, so we do not have the resale transaction price, okay, or the launch prices. Let's see whether the condos perform better when they are near GCB or they perform worse, okay, when they are near GCB. So within 500 meters, I think it's quite good enough to say we are in close proximity versus anything more than 500 meters. Okay, let's look at the price performance. Okay, when I select these two baskets, just now I circle, right? You saw me doing the circle within 500 meters or above, outside 500 meters away, right? So you can see, let's do the comparison again. Whether GCB, okay, I think my guys already said perform better. So how much better? So you can see the condos, they are dotted red, near the GCB area. This one will be away from the GCB area. So if you were to examine that particular difference itself, it's 10% growth versus 33% growth in terms of its performance. Okay, so it's almost 10% to 33% is like almost 3 times in terms of its growth. So this establishes a second fact for us. Condos near GCB, because of its prestige to be near the GCB, because of its low density. Okay, because all these are low density, right? But one is near GCB area, one is not so near GCB area, isn't it? So when you put these two together, I'm just putting them together to do a quick comparison. Okay, the decision to go into that area or not is yours, because it's your money, it's how you spend it. My job is to show you the data and to make some sense, okay, in terms of what the data means to us. And this, I hopefully all this information, when you put all this information together, later I'll do a summary of all this information. Then you make your own decision. We are not here to make decision for you. We are here to facilitate the data, help you make sense of it. Then you make your own informed decision. We are here to give you information so that you can make your own decision. Okay, so again, the question is this. Will Jervois Mansion, which is in the basket that is within 500 meters, like I mentioned earlier, it's approximately 250 meters away from the GCB area, will it perform similarly like the basket of property that we did earlier, and do a comparison? Okay, it's anybody's guess, right? But if past data is anything to believe, okay, then it certainly gives you a glimpse that in future, nearer to GCB area tends to perform better in terms of its prices. Okay, so that's a second or third thing that we know. Now let's look at the project itself. Since many of you are here to know about Jervois Mansion, I hope that's true. Okay, and explore what's happening in District 10 itself. I've introduced first and foremost District 10, how District 10 is performing relative to District 9 and 11, right? I've spoken about the location. I've spoken about the prices. Okay, now we look at the project itself. Let's zoom in on the project attributes itself. Again, number one, let me circle this for you. I will be happy to tell people I stay on Jervois Road. Okay, I don't think I need to emphasize this to all of us about the prestige of owning address like Jervois Road. Okay, I don't think I need to sell Goyo, if you like, on this particular point itself. It's already prestigious enough to be living in the GCB enclave. Now, the other thing that you must take note of is our dear architect is Seri Architects. Okay, it sounds a little bit like the Italian league, Serie A. Okay, Seri, or I don't know if I pronounce it locally, it's called Seri Architects. Okay, I don't know the actual pronunciation. If the architect is tuning in, please forgive me. You can educate me how to pronounce it. Okay, but I will call it Seri Architects. Now let me show you some prominent projects done by this particular architect itself. Okay, they have done very popular in Singapore, our One Per Bank. Okay, so they are involved in that particular project, and of course the rest are other countries. Okay, so they are. What I'm saying is this: does the architect know what he's doing? Of course. Is he established? Of course. All right. Otherwise, he will not be able to be designing all these beautifully designed projects, isn't it? And One Per Bank, if you understand, One Per Bank is very, very unique in its structure, isn't it? The original one is like that. The new one also generally very similar in terms of its the old one used to be horseshoe shape, right? I believe that's the one. Okay. Now, in terms of facilities, plenty. Okay, I think if you want to know about what facilities they have, what they don't have, and all that, I think our ERA teammates can, any of the ERA agent or trusted advisor can give you this piece of information, because I think this slide, the thing is very small, the text very small. Anything very small, I don't want to bore you with it. Okay, but yeah, the idea is plenty. Is plenty. Okay, and it's sitting on a quite sizable good piece of land. So this is the other thing. And remember earlier I was telling you there is a pathway that links, okay, all the different areas, okay, the different blocks itself. Let me draw out the common link. And if you want to walk in the area, obviously outside is a good choice, right? Outside the development, you can walk along the Jervois Road to your GCB enclaves, then can go and look at all your neighbors who are GCB. That's one. Okay, you can walk outside. If you want to walk internally, inside the building itself, you can just go to the roof and you can walk around the estate. Okay, you can walk from, let me draw, let me use a different color maybe to draw out where you can walk from. You can walk from, maybe use black. Okay, you can walk from here to here, to here, to here, to here. Okay, and if you want, you can walk to here. So you can see there's ample space for you to move around in the estate. Very comfortable living. Okay, so those of you who enjoy space, enjoy tranquility, the environment is already quite tranquil and serene. Okay, those of you who enjoy low density, lesser people in the area. So these are very tangible things that you can see and you can enjoy. Okay, these are tangible stuff. Okay, then let's talk about convenience. Convenient or not? Jervois Road in that area. I would admit to you, okay, it's not near MRT station. Yeah, you want to walk to MRT station, I think Tiong Bahru is the nearest. You probably need to walk like 15-20 minutes to get there. This I will admit to you. Okay. I'm not here to tell you everything about Jervois is solid, very near. It's certainly not exactly near an MRT station. But, okay, when it comes to food, if you are the if you enjoy a little bit of ambience, okay, you want to on Friday night like this, if you're not doing a seminar, okay, like Thomas, you would want to go and enjoy maybe a glass of wine, right? We have got Dempsey Hill nearby. Okay, we have got Dempsey Hill nearby. Let me change color again. Dempsey Hill is here. Okay, if you like to shop, okay, if you like to go visit the shops and find in a street called Orchard Road is also here. Okay. If you like to eat hawker food like Thomas, I like to eat the char kway teow, I like to eat my wonton noodles, then you will find that we are also very near the Tiong Bahru estate itself. So let me just circle everything out for you. So these are the three locations that you can find food. Okay, food is Dempsey Hill, but Tiong Bahru and Orchard Road you can find food, beverage, as well as your shopping area, isn't it? So this is no lack of convenience, and Jervois Mansion is obviously right smack in the middle to all these three areas. Okay, so depending on what lifestyle you want to lead, okay, or you want to have a hybrid of all three, all right, that's absolutely fine, right? You feel like spending more money on a glass of wine, then head to Dempsey Hill, okay? Then you can spend all you want, okay, on a meal that satisfy your your palate, sorry. Okay, then if you go to Orchard Road, then at least you can have some vibrancy if you really want to go where a lot of people are going, all right? And if not, then you can always head to a neighborhood town called Tiong Bahru, okay, to have your hawker center food if you like. So what I'm saying is no lack of your convenience in terms of shopping, grocery shopping, in terms of your food choices. Okay, so that's basically what I'm saying. So now, after saying all this, I just want to quickly remember I told you right at the start of this particular seminar. I want to go through an exercise with you guys to give you a glimpse, maybe a quick round up. Remember, what I'm going to share with you are all estimation. To do detailed calculation, you need to work with our ERA teammates. Okay, any of our ERA trusted advisor can advise you. All right, they have very handy mobile apps to do calculation for you. All I'm doing are very quick calculation, very ballpark figure and quick calculations. Okay, this is not exact. I better put a disclaimer first. This is just to give you a glimpse of the possibility. Can a HDB upgrader move to Jervois and own this prestigious address? Shall we go and look at it? If you are interested for me to proceed, please type in 4. We have done 1, 2, 3. Now please type in 4 for me to proceed with this example. Okay. If more than 20 of you type in 4, I will continue. If less than 20 when I count, then I will stop here. Then we will never know. Wow. It's way past 20 leh. Okay, so I do not have a choice. I have to soldier on, my friends. Okay, so let's look. Can a HDB person really upgrade and own a CCR condo? I think this is one of the aspirations for many Singaporeans, isn't it? Okay, we work hard. It's for ourselves. Number 1, we cover ourselves. Number 2 is for our family, right? And obviously, to a certain extent, if we can afford a CCR, obviously we want okay. Yeah, that's one of the aspirations of many Singaporeans, isn't it? Okay, or even locals like PRs. So now let's give you an example straight away. I will go in to show you first. First and foremost, you know there's a recent piece of news to say HDB transactions above 1 million has gone up in terms of numbers. Okay, but please don't say that all HDB estate will achieve 1 million. Okay, please don't say this. Okay, that's totally wrong. All right, but there are some certain areas, excuse me, but there are certain areas that has more transactions, more volume of transaction that cross the 1 million mark, and it happens to be near our Jervois area as well. Okay, so if you look, the blue dots, so you can see all these are the dotted, the blue dots are the one that cross a million. Okay, let me finish mine. So where is Jervois? It's obviously here. Jervois is found here. All right, let's not give you too many. But you look, the nearest estate in that area would be, okay, our Tiong Bahru area. Can you see there's quite a number of transactions in Tiong Bahru area? So you can see when buyers think about upgrading, okay, why is Jervois a choice for them? Because if they are capable of selling $1 million, they may be looking at the condos in that particular district, right? In that area itself. And all they need to look, wow, I look at Jervois. Number one, the street is prestigious. Number two, it's 2,002 per square foot. Can I afford it? Many of them may even give up thinking about it, Many people living in Tiong Bahru HDB may even give up thinking about it. Why? Because they feel that it's too far out from their reach, isn't it? Because the perception, don't you guys have this perception? But perception is, once I go to Orchard, Jervois area, wow, overly expensive. I cannot afford to go there, isn't it? Let's see whether that is a true statement, okay? Let's see whether that's a true statement. And if they are, okay, I will give you a very unbiased calculation. If there are compromises to be made, I will tell you. Okay, I'll tell you if there are compromises that you possibly have to look at. So now let's look the number of transactions for HDB estate with $1 million flats crossing the $1 million mark. You will see many of them are in Queenstown. Okay, your area, your slide may be a bit small, but let me write it out for you. Queenstown. Okay, there we have got Bukit Merah. So, are they near our Jervois? Obviously. Okay, they are in the Alexandra area, right down to Red Hill, Queenstown area. Tiong Bahru is obviously there, right? So you can see the number of transaction is 67 in Queenstown and 38 in our dear Bukit Merah area, which is in the surrounding vicinity. That's not my point. This is not a HDB. This is not a HDB seminar, right? My point is there are $1 million flats in that area, and I want to do a case study to see, can the $1 million guy who sold his recent HDB flat, can he upgrade to Jervois or not? Can he look at the CCR or not? So what I'm trying to do is to open up our senses to see the possibilities. See whether it's there or not, using a case study. And I'll try to be as typical as I can, okay? Using real, as real as possible, okay? In my example sharing. Now, let's look. This guy, assuming the couple who currently stay in the Dawson area, which is near the Jervois area, these are real prices, because this came from HDB itself. This table came from HDB. When they bought the flat itself, let's assume it's a 5-room flat, about 100, slightly over 100 square meters. Okay, they bought the flat at $643,000. But remember, now in the resale market, they are capable of selling it at $1 million. So let's look. Okay, let's fast forward until their minimum occupation period is over. Okay, and now they are agreed. Let's make some assumptions. Now they are ready to sell after their HDB. They have stayed in it for more than 5 years. Okay, now they are, and both of them are Singaporeans, 40s, in their 40s. Okay, when they are selling their flat, okay, just 40 okay, I shouldn't say 40s, just 40. They have used HDB, used CPF to pay for the HDB installment, which is very common, right? You see, all I'm trying to give you is as realistic an example as you can relate to. Okay, then monthly repayment is using CPF, and no outstanding. There's no other outstanding loan, assuming no car loan, nothing. Okay, all right. And both of them earn 7K. Where did Thomas get this 7K from? Right. I've also done my statistics. Okay, done my research on statistics. Okay, what the national statistics say? Median. Someone within the 40s range, will be earning 7,003 on a median basis. Okay, so just now my example was approximately 40 years old, right? So they are approaching, because when they bought their house, 5 years later, then they can sell, right? Okay, so let's look at them as between 7,000 to 7,003 in terms of their capability, in terms of their both of them working. So 2-person Singaporeans, both working, staying in a HDB flat that is currently worth $1 million, can they? Many of you are in suspense already. Can or cannot? Okay, maybe I should ask you, can or cannot upgrade to a Jervois condo at $14,000 income? Do you think it's possible or not? Okay, if you think it's possible, type in number 5. If you think it's not possible, type in number 6. If you think it's possible, type in number 5. If you think it's not possible, type in number 6. Alright, maybe it's too far-fetched for some of us inside here. Wow, Jervois maybe a far-fetched dream for me. I used to think that I cannot afford a private property. Okay, used to think that. Alright, yes, alright. Today have lah, today got private property. Okay, so now let's look. If there are, many of you think it's 5, means can. Okay, can. Alright. So we haven't used the digit 6 yet. Later I'll use the digit 6. Okay, so let's look. If this couple now, after staying in a HDB flat in Dawson area, which they bought for $640,000, now they are capable of selling it for $1 million. Okay, all right, based on a real transaction. Again, I don't like to pull numbers out from the air, hocus pocus, and share with you. Okay, I don't like to do that. I like to base my decision on numbers. I like to base my seminars on numbers. Okay, as you can see, Thomas like to work with numbers, isn't it? So you can see $1 million I sell. So what do I enjoy? Can I possibly move to Jervois? Can afford? Cannot afford. Assuming after they sell, they remember they bought at 640,000. Now they sell at 1.08 million. Okay. After calculation, this calculation came from our application, so it's all computed by the computer, right? By the way, all of you want to do calculation, look for any ERA teammates here, any other ERA trusted advisor. They also have access to what I have. Okay, so they can also do very quick calculation for you on the go. It's inside their mobile phone. This is a mobile app. I'm just doing screenshot from my mobile app. So long story cut short, after selling their house, returning their CPF, okay, assuming they took a full loan back then, okay, when they bought the house as a relatively younger couple. So what happened is they will make a sales proceed after deducting everything, including the agent's commission. Okay, they would have brought home a cash of 316. So this 316K doesn't mean anything to me. I just simply tells me they have 316. No, okay, this is the sale side. They sell, that means after selling the HDB flat for 1.08 million, what do? They return their CPF, right? They pay off their loan, isn't it? Then what is inside cash in their pocket is 316K. Okay, everyone? So far so good, Okay, then let's look at whether they can afford or not. Okay, important thing you guys need to take note of is this. Because they have a 7K income each, right? Combined, they have a 14K income. Okay? 14K income. And remember, in my assumptions, I assume they're not driving, they're taking public transportation, because Dawson area is super convenient, isn't it? Then, based on them not having other loan, based on this thing called TDSR, I don't know whether you guys know what is TDSR. It stands for Total Debt Servicing Ratio. Basically, every dollar you make, okay, you cannot spend more than 60 cents, 60% of your income on loans. Okay, or rather, you can spend maximum 60 cents on loan. 60% of your income can go and pay for loan, including housing loan, car loan, everything. So you cannot spend more than 60% of your income. That's how TDSR works. Okay, Total Debt Servicing Ratio. So assuming they don't have any other loan, they can spend up to 60% of this income to go and borrow. Okay, and when we do borrowing, right, they can borrow maximum 75%, which will give them a loan of approximately 1.6 mil. Then, based on their buyer's stamp duty, everything in, they can actually afford a $2.2 million house. Okay, they can afford a $2.2 million house based on a $14,000 income with no extra loan from them. Okay, so basically, what we are doing is this. I sell 1 mil based on my current income. Okay, based on my current debt structure, whether I have any other loan itself, I can afford a $2.2 million house itself. Do you think can enter Jervois City? The answer is yes. But do you think it is wise to fully stretch to go and buy 2.2 mil? I think not, right? It's not very wise to do that. So let's tone it down a little bit, okay? Let's not buy something that is 2.2 mil just simply because you can afford it, okay? I would advise prudence. I would advise all of you to think about it, okay? And be very sure that you can go into it financially. Because I don't want you to buy a property, move into a prestigious address, then later every month very stressed about your installment, okay? We don't want that. We want you to have a little bit of savings for a rainy day. Make sense? Okay, this is called prudence. Don't spend every single cent that you make. So let's put it into perspective. Now let's look at what we intend to buy. All right. So the entry price, as all of you know, is 1.611 mil. Okay, let's move them into a 2-bedroom. There's no point I make you sell your 5-room flat where you have 3 bedrooms and make you move into a 1-bedder, which is the cheapest 1.1. No point lah. You can afford 2.2, but I don't want you to spend 2.2. Maybe my example, let's compare you with a 2-bedder. Okay, a 2-bedder. Assuming your family size is not that big yet. Now, here is the point. I will give you the other side of the coin. Remember, I sell you good things. I tell you good things about Jervois. I will not hold back and tell you. The compromise that you could potentially have to make is the size. Can see? The size itself is not exactly your 5-room flat size. Okay, but 600 over square feet, yeah, it's still close to a 3.5, 4-room size. Okay, 3 room 3 to 4 room flat size. Okay, so based on that itself, for 1.66 mil entry price for a 2-bedder, my example is based on that, assuming you can take this. Okay, assuming you can take the slight drop in size. Okay, then I will do the calculation to show you. So based on 1.66, that's what I'm going to pick out. 1.6 mil. Okay, I'm going to do my example based on this already. So the typical down payment and calculation for this on a ballpark basis is this. If I'm going to spend 1.6661 mil on a house, okay, assuming it's a 2-bedder. Okay, everyone can follow me. Obviously, when you buy, you need to put in 5% cash. Agreed? Yes, and then you need to do your paperwork. You will get your OTP followed by your SMP. OTP stands for option to purchase. SMP stands for sales and purchase agreement, right? And you need to make your CPF payment if you are using CPF. So do you think the couple has got CPF returning back to them? Obviously. Okay, which I'm going to show you. Okay, based on what we have calculated. Then you notice the person, they can only borrow 75% maximum. So the other 20% have to be paid using CPF or cash. So in total, I need to make a 25% down payment. Okay, 25% because my loan is only 75%, isn't it? Okay, then obviously when you buy this property, assuming you have sold off your HDB flat, this is your first house, you pay buyer's stamp duty approximately 4% as well. So when you look at this, so can someone help me use your calculator? Help me do addition on your calculator. You can use your phone to help me. Okay, I will circle for you what you should do. Help me do this. I need to pay cash of 80,000. I need to settle another 20% because this is the 25% down payment, right? And I need to pay stamp duty, which can be settled using CPF if I want to. Can someone help me? These three items, 1, 2, and 3. 3. Okay. Can someone help me? These 3 items, how much must I set aside in terms of my funds? Can someone help me, please? Alright, do a quick calculation. 80, drew the 3 blue circle, help me add up. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Nancy came in at 451790. I don't know whether that's correct. Someone verify, please. Is it correct? Oh, yes. Okay, a few of you have done the calculation. So basically, to purchase this 2-bedder Jervois Mansion, prestigious address, 2-bedroom, obviously the size is a little bit smaller. Okay, if we can stretch, of course, we will prefer you to. You want to stretch, you can stretch. Okay, but I want you to be prudent. Okay. Okay, yet be able to move into a condo. Okay, so now when you look at 451790, remember. Just now when they sold, I don't know whether you guys remember this. Just now when they sold their HDB flat, anyone can recall how much cash they made? How much cash they put in their pocket? If you can recall. Can anyone recall how much cash they make when they sold off their HDB flat? Yes, Steffi, you are right, man. They got 316K. Okay, and to cut the story short, let's give you. Okay, they also got a CPF refund of 224. Okay, yeah, based on normal borrowing and normal paying of the CPF lah. Okay, I'm not gonna go into too much details in terms of their funds CPF because that one is calculated by the computer. So what happened is this. My question to you is this now that they need to have this to complete the transaction, do you think their funds these two funds enough to pay or not? I think you guys are very quick with numbers already, right? Do you think you guys have enough money? Okay, 不要卖关子了show you they actually have 540K. So if I were to do a ballpark, 540K versus 451K. Okay, my question to you is this after paying off this 2-bedroom in terms of down payment after paying this, still got spare money or not? Got spare money or not? Yeah, you still have spare money, right? In case you want to do a little bit of renovation, buy a bit of furniture, buy some electrical appliances if you want. At least you have some spare for yourself. Okay? Yeah. So you have. Oh, Irene is very meticulous. She's giving me the exact dollar 88,845. Okay? Yeah, you got 88,000 standby funds. That's why I say we want to be prudent. We want to upgrade. But we also want to have some spare cash, right? Because we never know, right? Because now it's COVID period. We never know, right? What happens to the job market, isn't it? Okay, and with this close to $90,000 of funds, even if one person stop work, they can still last lah. That's what I'm saying in terms of affordability. Okay, so all I want is prudence. I don't want you to stretch all the way, spend all your cash, everything throw in, stretch your loan to the maximum. Then at the end of the day, if one person decides to stop work, you are stuck. Okay, you are stuck with high loan and stuff like that. That's not my intention here. Okay, as much as I would love for you to do a transaction with us, I would also love for you to be prudent in your actions that you take. Okay, everyone, this is Thomas caring for you. We want you to be prudent. So what I'm saying is this. Now, if you look at clear numbers, if you look at the numbers clearly after my illustration, do you think that this couple can upgrade from a HDB estate called Tiong Bahru or Dawson area into Jervois Road or not? Okay, the possibility is certainly there. There's a certain possibility. Okay, so all I'm saying is this. Alright, certain possibility is that. So now I don't have a chance to do a poll because I cannot do a poll on the webinar. Okay, so we'll skip this poll. What I really want to highlight to you, and this is my this will be my wrapping up slide itself before I hand over to the hosts. Okay, I've already come to the end. Okay, I want to quickly highlight a few things that when you go into District 10 and Jervois Mansion, a few things that you will enjoy. One, let me recap. Do you enjoy the prestige of a very strategic district and location called Jervois Road? Most certainly. Do you enjoy a potential of a price upside in future at $2,200 entry price today? There is a potential of that happening. Okay. Can you enjoy the convenience of being near? Okay, being near the food and beverages as well as shopping area? That is almost a certainty. Now, the last thing I want to highlight to you in terms of the entry price, in terms of affordability with the illustration of my last case study. That's why I left it to the end. Don't you think it is possible for someone to upgrade from HDB to a Jervois Mansion apartment? So I want to leave you guys with this. Okay. This is the charm, the character of your GCB, attractive pricing at 2215 entry price. Okay, the prestige of owning a District 10 condominium and the convenience that it provides. This is what Jervois Mansion is all about. So for any of you interested to talk about this Jervois Mansion, to pick up more information, ask in more details. Please ask, okay? Because our ERA trusted advisors are all equipped with so much information for you, and you want to do calculation, they can certainly calculate for you. But the possibility is there, even for HDB upgrader. If you're a private property owner, I got no problem. Definitely, we know you can certainly afford it or even more, right? But if you are HDB, I just want to open up the possibility, open up the horizon for you guys to see that it's also a possibility for you to upgrade to a prestigious District 10 address called Jervois Mansion. With that, I wish you guys a good weekend ahead and stay safe, everyone. And please put on your mask outside and have a very good weekend ahead and enjoy yourself.